Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the MPC where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. The sound technician writes in and asks how to thicken a guitar bass sound. I don't have a guitar bass sound loaded, but I do have a bass program called Bass Astro Bass Clean that came from MPC Samples. Definitely go check it out. They got plenty of good sample packs over there. But this is a pretty clean bass by itself. And usually what I'm thinking when people say they want something thicker, I'm thinking tone. I have a few thoughts on this. One would be, if you really want to try and get out there, I really like actually using air filter. I probably overuse it a bit too much, but you can really dial in just the cutoff frequency and see if you can find something with resonance that might work well for you. It depends on like how you want to cut it off and where you want the resonance. I'm not going to start there though. Usually what I kind of like to do with the air filter plug-in is mess around with the drive. And you can hear like it's starting to get a little buzzy. We're really just, that's digital distortion. We're maxing out the signal, but if we get some cutoff here, we can really get that a little bit more punchy. I also tend to like a lot of the other types here. Like you might like Rectify, for example. Bit Crush. And this almost turns this into an electric guitar. So I would say just kind of play around with, I would say start with air filter. You can do an awful lot of sound sculpting here just by adjusting your cutoff frequency, resonance, the type, and then messing around with your saturation. Beyond that, I'm sure if you're really trying to get something bassier, sometimes, not always, I'm sorry, I don't keep meaning to bounce back and forth here. Another thing that I would say to consider is go to harmonic and go check out something like, sometimes lo-fi is good. I mean, you can hear this is kind of going a little goofy for some of these, but just adding that extra dirt to it sometimes is helpful. And again, you can always put a filter afterwards if you want to filter out some of the extra artifacts that come in. So I'd say play around with air filter, the air filter, air lo-fi. Let's delete this one out of here. Let's come back in. Chorus is another good one that can add a lot of extra sound here. What do we want? Is it modulation? Yeah, chorus. Sometimes I forget where they put all these things. So you can hear like kind of like a doubled up effect almost. And that's just within it. So to me, it's not always about making it louder. Sometimes it's just adding in a little bit more depth and richness to the sound. The last one that comes to mind, if I can find it here, half speed sometimes can also work and allow you to get some deeper sounds. The problem I find with it is because it's got a buffer, sometimes you really want to resample this if you're trying to do something with it, but because you can hear sometimes it's not doing anything and other times it'll catch it. So yeah, I don't know if that helps you out, the sound technician, or not, but I would say just go around, play around with some of the different effects and just see how it changes the tonality and richness of the sound. Don't be afraid to go just do lots of adding things in and then just use like the air filter to cut it out, a lot of the high end or low end, or do a bandpass or something. You can get a lot of really quick, rich sound design on the MPC with just a few filters and effects. So I hope that helps you out. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.